So if I had to give a title to that day, I would call it Lost and Forgotten. Every time I take a trip, it seems like I forget to pack something. And I never quite know what it is I've forgotten until I need it. And this trip is no exception. But let's start off with day 0. We drove to Spokane. And of course we were gone a little over 2 weeks. So what I did when we parked at the airport, I took a picture of the location we parked the car at, the truck. I have a bad habit of remembering where I parked anyways. Figure if I took a picture of the sign, it'll be on my phone and no problem there. So I took a picture of the sign. Actually, Chris took the picture of the sign. I forgot to take the picture of the sign. And grabbed all our suitcases, went toward the terminal to get in, and got in the building and instantly realized I had left my cell phone in the truck, which ironically, last time we took our Alaska cruise out of Seattle, Chris had left her cell phone home and didn't realize it until we were halfway to Seattle, and we did not go back to get it. But this time I left the phone in the truck, which isn't nearly as bad. I just had to go back out to the car and get it, which fortunately I knew where we'd parked because it's only been less than 30 minutes earlier. And it's a good thing I went back too, because on the way back I came up, they were laying on the ground, I found a wallet. Now, instincts would tell me look for money, but it's not my wallet, it's not my money. But I did open it up, and I was going to see what was it, basically who it belonged to, if it said who it belonged to or whatever. And it had a really weird ID in it. His first name was Kevin, and I couldn't pronounce the last name. I have no idea. And I saw like a credit card on the other side. I didn't even look to see if there was cash in it. I just wanted to find out who it belonged to, if I could tell. And I was going to go ahead and turn it into the TSA. So anyway, I finished going to the truck, found my phone, and took a picture of the location of the truck. And I guess Chris took one, I took one. Bases covered, we're all good. When I turned the wallet into TSA, they told me that the ID inside it was actually a pilot's license. So not only did I find someone's wallet, but it was one of the actual pilots flying out of Spokane. His name was Kevin. I think the last name started with an L. But so anyway, I turned it to TSA, and about 15 minutes later they paged him over the intercom, so I'm assuming he got his wallet back. I was thinking it would be kind of embarrassing for him to be flying along in the skies and get pulled over by air patrol or something for flying without a license. But I know this isn't the Jetsons. It just thought it was a funny thought I had there. And went to get on the plane. Now, before I spoil the next thing we forgot, okay, so we don't have a lot of pictures of day 0. I'll just get right down to it. The first thing we forgot, and we didn't realize it yet, well, hold on, I'll tell you in a little bit. So yeah, we took pictures of things around the airport, stuff like that, and I used my cell phone to, I thought it was kind of cool riding in the plane, on the way to the runway, we stopped and got de-iced. That was kind of cool. It was kind of like going through a car wash a little bit, in a way. And I thought it would make a good segue, so I went ahead and recorded it and a transition. I mean, where the spray crossed the window. Man, I'm not thinking clearly today. Sorry. I thought it might make a good transition to show them de-icing the window and the spray crossing it back. Turns out I don't think it would, but okay, whatever. The other video I shot was when we got to Seattle to go down to San Francisco. I took some footage of our luggage coming off our plane from Spokane being transferred over to Seattle flight. Just making sure it got off the plane and no hitches. It would be a bummer to hit a 2-week cruise with no clothes. That would be a real major bummer. All the important things like meds and some expensive tech and stuff I kept on me, but otherwise all of my clothes were there and we saw them come off the plane. Now, when we got to San Francisco, caught an Uber or Lyft actually, and had us take us to the airport, to the motel we're spending the night at, so we'd catch the ship in the morning. And the camera, when we got to the room, I took tons of video of the room and the sights out the window and everything we could see there, and called the night. Went down, shot some video of me going to In-N-Out Burger, which is a couple blocks away, that night, and got dinner and walked it back home to the motel room. And that was it. The next morning, I discovered the camera did not have an SD card in it. That is an amazing, disappointing find. We lost a lot of video. That's why there's not much video for day 0.